Hello students, welcome to another session of All Force e-learning program. Right, this is session number 60. Now in this session we will talk about the applications of electrical potential energy due to the point charges. Right, two charges, point charges, then the application. Let us take up all the applications. Now before that, let's have a small recall. So I was telling you, potential is the state, electrical state. It is defined as the work done per unit charge. Potential difference is the amount of work done in moving a charge from one point to another point. Later we defined potential due to single charge, 1 by 4 epsilon q by r. Then potential due to multiple charges, the algebraic sum of all the potentials. Right? Then we have found the potential due to different types of charges. We were defining the potential energy. It is the interaction energy, the energy of interaction between the charge particles, or the energy of interaction between the charged particle and the field. So when the work done, potential energy is defined as the work done in moving a charge from infinity to the point in the field. Right? We have later taken the potential energy of a charge in the field. Potential energy is at a point, if the potential is V, then the charge Q, potential energy U is equal to potential energy U is equal to potential into charge Q. Suppose if there are 2 points, then the potential energy in moving the charge from one point to another point, potential difference into charge, delta V into Q. Right? Then potential energy of the charged particles. If potential is between two charged particles, it's 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R. So this way we have found the potential energy for different charges there. Now we shall find let us take up the applications of this. We shall find the self potential energy of a charged sphere. Suppose consider a charged sphere. A charged sphere of radius r. Right? Let's take up, let's suppose there is a charged sphere like this of radius r, which is charged conducting sphere. Let's suppose it is a conducting sphere and charged with Q. Radius is capital R. Let's take up the radius is capital R. This is the thing. Now when charge is given to a conductor, we know all the charge exists only on the surface. No charge stays inside. Inside charge 0, flux 0, field 0. No, there is no field inside. All the charge exists only on the surface. Now we have to find out the interaction energy, the self potential energy of this charge system. For this charged sphere, the self potential energy is the work done in charging. Now how do you charge a body? We charge this body by giving elementary charge particles. First, suppose this is a charged, this is the sphere. Initially this is the sphere. First I give a small elementary charge dq. Then I get I'm moving the charge from infinity to this point on the surface. Then I get the next elementary charge dq to put it onto it. But while moving this next elementary charge, the already existing charge opposes. Now I have to do work in moving the charge plus dq. Now the third elementary charge, while moving the third elementary from infinity to this point, already existing charge opposes. So I am charging this by giving elementary charges. So let's suppose, at an instant of time, the charge on this body, before it is being completely charged, I am slowly charging it. At an instant in between, let the charge on it be small q. Now I am getting an elementary charge from infinity to add up to it. In moving the charge from infinity, an elementary charge dq is now added to it. Right? Now at this instant, the potential of the sphere, we have derived a formula for the potential of a sphere. It's 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. The potential of the sphere is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q. At an instant of time, the charge was q. It's not fully charged. At some instant, the charge is q. Then an elementary charge is moved from infinity to charge is given to it. So the potential, at that instant, the potential is 1 by 4 epsilon q by r. Now I move an elementary charge from infinity, add up to it. Then the small work done in giving this charge to it. right? By definition, the small work done by external force is the potential into charge, V into dq. So according to definition, the work done is potential into charge. The work done in moving this, or the potential energy stored, is W is equal to the potential energy stored, that is VQ. So the small work done in moving this is potential. So when I was adding this elementary charge dq, the already existing charge is q and the potential is this. So the potential of that charge at that instant, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r, q by capital R dq. Q by capital R dq. Sorry, dq. Now this way I am adding elements of charge to it slowly, one by one, like this. Now while adding this, the small work done while adding the small elementary charge is this. Now the total work done in adding the total charge, in giving the total charge, the total work done is integral dw. So the total work done is integral of dw, that is dw is v dq. So it's v dq. So work done is integral v, that's 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r dq. Now the total work done in giving the charge from 0 to capital Q. I want to charge it to fully charge capital Q. Then the work done 1 by 4 naught q by r into dq. Right? So we are finding the potential energy, self energy of a charged sphere. Now for this, first a charged sphere of radius r, I am slowly charging it. Now I want to charge it completely with a charge capital Q. Then the total work done in storing this charge on it. Now while in the process of charging, let's suppose at an instant of time the charge is small q. Now I am moving from infinity a small element of charge dq, because I am adding it in elements of charge. So when I am adding an additional element dq to this, then the small work done, the potential of that charge then into vq dq. Well, potential when the charge q, we know the potential is 1 by 4 epsilon q by r. Then the small work done vq, v is 1 by 4 epsilon q by r dq, right? And the total work done in charging it completely is integral dw. So therefore it is dw is v dq. So the total work done in charging from 0 to capital Q is 1 by 4 epsilon q by r dq. Now from this, let's take the constants out. So therefore the total work done is 4 pi epsilon, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r is a constant. Integral of q dq from 0 to capital Q. So therefore the total work done is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r, it's q dq. We know integral of x dx, x power n dx, it is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. It is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 integration. So q power 1 it is q power 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 between the limit 0 and capital Q. So therefore work done W is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r bracket q square by 2 into 0 to capital Q. Now substituting, it's 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r, upper limit minus lower limit, q square by 2 minus 0 by 2. Well, 0 by 2 is 0. So the work done is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q square by 2r, or multiplying 2, it is 1 by 4 pi into 2, it is 8 pi epsilon naught q square by r. So therefore the electrical potential energy of the system, the self potential energy of a charged sphere, the self potential energy is total work done. The potential energy of the self potential energy of a charged sphere, the self potential is the total work done in moving the charge from infinity to this point. So the total work done in charging this body W, so the total work done is 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught q square by r. This is the self potential energy of a charged sphere. The self potential energy of a charged sphere of radius r. In storing the charge, in storing the charge, there is work done. All the work done is stored in the form of potential energy. Right? The potential energy, the self potential energy of a charged sphere. Consider a charged sphere of radius r initially. I am charging it by small elements of charge dq like this, one after the other. Right? At an instant of time small q, the potential of the sphere is 1 by 4 epsilon q by r. Now I am adding an extra element dq. While adding an extra element dq, the small work done dw, v dq. Well, v is 1 by 4 epsilon q by r dq. The small work done in adding small element of charge is 1 by 4 epsilon q by r dq. Now the total work done in charging it completely to a charge capital Q. The total work done. You know, total is integration, summation. So sum of all the work done in adding these elements. So the total work done integral dw. So the work done is integral dw. So w is equal to work done. Integral of dw is v dq. So it's v dq like this. So v, the potential is 1 by 4 epsilon q by r dq from 0 to capital Q. So therefore, the work done in storing the charge, giving the charge, charging a sphere 1 by 4 epsilon, I am taking the constants out, q dq, q power 1. Now we know integration of x power n is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1, q power 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1, 0 to q. So it is q square by 2, 0 to capital Q, upper limit minus lower limit, the self potential energy of a charged sphere of radius capital R is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q square by r. Now this self potential energy is directly proportional to q square. It is inversely proportional to radius of the sphere. Directly proportional to q square and inversely proportional to radius of the sphere. The self potential energy of the sphere there, charged sphere. Okay. So this way we can find out the potential energy of a charged sphere. First we have found the potential energy of a element, a point charge in the electric field. Then potential energy due to system of charges. Now self potential energy of a charged sphere. So we have found the potential, electrical potential energy of the charged particle in the electric field. First. So first, the potential energy of a charged particle in the electric field, this is minus integral E dot dr into from initial point to final point into Q. This is the electric potential into charge. So this is nothing but V into Q, or between 2 points delta V into Q. Next we have found the potential energy of the charged particles, system of two charged particles, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r. Third, we have found the potential energy of the self potential energy of a charged sphere, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q square by 2r. Well, multiplying 2 here I get 8. Now we shall find the potential energy of a dipole in the electric field. The electrical potential energy of a dipole in the electric field. Suppose there is an electric field here, a uniform electric field E, in which there is an electric dipole minus q plus q, and the distance is a here and this is also a at an angle theta. Right? Now, you know electric dipole, a combination of two equal and opposite charges. We know the dipole moment is charge into distance. Let the angle between the field and the dipole moment is minus q to plus q. The angle between them is theta, like this. Now we are asked to find the electrical potential energy system. What is electrical potential energy? The electrical potential energy is the work done in moving the charge from the initial equilibrium position to the new position at any configuration, to arrange the system of charge in a particular configuration. It is the work done in arranging the charges in a particular configuration. Suppose this dipole is initially in the equilibrium position minus q plus q like this, in this equilibrium position. In that position, let's suppose if from this position I have to move it like this, then the work done, whatever work done in moving it from here to here, this work done is change in potential energy. So the change in potential energy is equal to the work done. Now work done in moving do so, right? We know the small work done in moving it through a small angle d theta, we know it is torque into d theta. Torque into d theta. We know the torque acting on the dipole in the electric field. We have already proved it as Pe sin theta. We have already proved the torque experienced by a dipole at a particular angle, Pe sin theta. So substituting the small work done is torque, it's Pe sin theta d theta. Now the total work done in moving it from some angle theta 1 to theta 2, work done in moving it from initial position to final position, initial to final. So it is the work done in moving from theta 1 to theta 2, it's Pe sin theta d theta. So the total work done is Pe is constant, integral of sin theta d theta, theta 1 to theta 2. Right? We know integration of sin x, integral of sin x is minus cos x. Differentiation of cos x is minus sin x. So integral of sin x is minus cos x. So therefore work done is Pe of the integration of sin theta is minus cos theta from theta 1 to theta 2. So work done is potential Pe into minus cos theta 2 minus of minus cos theta 1. So minus of minus is plus. So the work done is Pe of cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. But work done is equal to change in potential energy. So change in potential energy, this is delta U, Pe of cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So the change in potential energy in moving it from theta 1 to theta 2. Suppose if I am moving it from equilibrium position, if I move equilibrium position, that is theta 1 0 to some angle theta, then the potential change in potential energy is work done Pe of cos t 0 minus cos theta. So it is change in potential energy is Pe of 1 minus cos theta. So whenever a dipole is placed in a electric field, uniform electric field, then the potential energy, when it is at a position theta, the potential energy is given as minus Pe cos theta. The potential energy at an angle theta is termed as minus Pe cos theta, and the potential difference will be Pe cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So this way we find out the electric potential energy of a dipole in the electric field. First, the electric potential energy of a charge in the electric field, electric potential energy of the system of charges, electric potential energy of self potential energy of a charged sphere, and the potential energy of a dipole in the electric field. Right? Now next. Now suppose there are two charged particles Q1 and Q2 initially at a distance R1. Now I have to move this charge, both are positive charges, initially at A and B. Now I am moving this charge from here to here, the new distance is R2. What is the work done in moving, changing this? You know, work done in moving, displacing the charge from here to here is change in potential energy. So work done is final potential energy minus initial potential energy. Now, what is the initial potential energy? So initially charges are at a distance R1. So the initial potential energy is 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 by R1. Now finally the charge is brought to R2. The final potential energy is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R2. So substituting, the work done is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R2 minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R1. So the work done is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 bracket 1 by R2 minus 1 by R1. Change in potential energy. Therefore, the change work done is change in potential energy is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 bracket 1 by R2 minus 1 by R1. This is, I am moving, that is final. This is final distance minus initial distance. If the final distance is less, then this value will be more. Then greater value minus smaller value, potential energy increases for like charges. Again, now in this one, you please try to understand, if both the charges are like charges, so both are plus plus or minus minus. So plus into plus is plus or minus into minus is plus. So this term is plus. Now if I am moving from more distance to smaller distance, like R2 is less than R1. So the work done or change in potential energy is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by 1 by final distance minus initial distance. Now, if the charges are positive, both are positive, like charges, then this term is positive. If the final distance is less than initial distance, so this is less, then 1 by R will be more. This is more, initial is more. 1 by R1 is, R initial is less. Greater value minus smaller value, answer is positive. Potential energy of the system increases. So when like charges are existing, when you move them closer, potential energy increases. If initial distance is less, final distance is more, I am moving away the charge from nearer point to far away point. So initial is less, final is more. If final is more final energy, more final, this value will be less. Lesser minus bigger value, answer is negative. Potential energy decreases. Loss in potential energy leads to gain in kinetic energy. Right? So we know according to law of conservation of energy, the total energy is sum of potential energy plus kinetic energy. This is a constant. So U initial plus K initial is U final plus K final. Is it? So taking that there, change in kinetic energy, delta KE is U change in potential energy. If this is plus, this is minus. If this is minus, this is plus. Loss in potential energy is gain in kinetic energy, or loss in kinetic energy, loss in potential, gain in potential energy is loss in kinetic energy. So the total energy is always a constant. Right? You can apply this in this to find out the potential even. Suppose imagine the question is asked, there is a charge Q1, another charge Q2. From Q2 it is projected with a velocity V1, then what is the velocity at this point? Suppose if the question is extended like this, two charged particles are initially at a distance, let two charged particles be initially at a distance R1. From this position Q2 is projected with velocity V1, Q1 is fixed here suppose. Now this body moves to another position where the distance is R2, where the velocity is V2. Now he is asked to get the relation between this velocity and the energy. You know, according to law of conservation of energy, total energy of a conservative system is a constant. What is total energy? Potential energy plus kinetic energy is a constant. So initially at this position, initial potential energy is Ui, kinetic energy Ka. Final potential energy is UF, kinetic energy is Kf. So substituting, initially when the body is at this point, the potential energy is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R1. And the initial kinetic energy of this particle, let the mass be m. So half m V1 square. Now when the particle has come to this position, now the final potential energy, this is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R2 plus final kinetic energy is half m V2 square. So therefore getting this here and there. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R1 minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R2 is half m V2 square minus half m V1 square. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 bracket 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2 is half m V2 square minus V1 square. So this is the relation for the system of two charges at two different positions. Based on law of conservation of energy, potential energy at the initial point and kinetic energy at the initial point. Potential energy plus kinetic energy at the initial is potential and kinetic at the final. So putting those two, this is the equation from which you can make out. Now suppose in this one, based on this, there was a very good experiment conducted by Sir Rutherford. Alpha scattering, according to alpha scattering experiment, using this he has found the closest distance of approach. Right, you can find the closest distance of approach based on this concept there. Okay, right. Suppose a gold foil, this is a nucleus of high atomic number, let us say Z. Then the positive charge of the nucleus is Ze plus Ze. An alpha particle is projected from infinite distance, from far distance where there is no interaction. We know alpha particle is helium nucleus, He24, 2 plus. I am projecting from infinity with a velocity V0. Then here at infinity, I project with velocity V0. Now the alpha particle approaches here and stops. Now this is the closest distance of approach. Let us say D. Right, or D naught. Then we know according to law of conservation of energy, the total energy of the system of charges is a constant. What is total energy? Initial plus kinetic energy is a constant. So initial potential energy plus initial kinetic energy is final potential energy plus final kinetic energy. Now initially I am throwing the alpha particle from infinity. So at infinity we know the potential is 0, the initial potential energy is 0. But I am throwing the particle with velocity V0. Let the mass of the alpha particle be m. So therefore initial potential energy is 0, but initial kinetic energy is half m V0 square. Now when the body comes to this point and stops, at the final point here the body is stopping. So final velocity is 0. V final is 0. So final kinetic energy is 0. So this term is 0. Now here the potential energy of the system 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q small q by R plus the final kinetic energy is 0. So substituting half mass of alpha particle V0 square is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught charge of the nucleus Ze. The atomic number of the nucleus is Z. So the charge is Ze. You know alpha particle is helium nucleus, 2 units of positive charge. So plus 2 into 2e by the closest distance is T0. Now from this relation you can find out the closest distance of approach. So this is one of the application of law of conservation of energy, based on which you can find out the closest distance of approach of the alpha particle with respect to the nucleus, right? Thank you.